What is up, YouTube? Mr. Ferguson back once again. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. Thank you so much for coming back for another video here in Central North Carolina. We have talked about iron and ironite in the lawn. We put that down and had a ton of rain since we put down the ironite. We've had tons of rain. It has definitely been watered in a time or two. And so we showed you that. We didn't show the actual throwing down of the ironite. It's a 100 product with, I believe, 9% iron that I think is chelated. Don't quote me on that, I can't remember. But we definitely saw a change in color through the product. Now, whether that was through the N, whether that was through the iron, I'm not 100% sure, can't tell you that with 100% certainty. But I know by applying those 2 bags of ironite to my entire lawn, I saw a deeper, darker green lawn. Not crazy dark, not crazy deep green, but I saw a color change. Finally, guys, I can absolutely report to you that my lawn back here is finally snapped out of the Velocity PM stunned growth phase. We've had tons of rain here recently, and the lawn just keeps growing. And so now we're seeing lots of growth. I don't know how well you can see it, but I just mowed a couple days ago, and I feel like it is just jumping up with long blades of grass back here. So the lawn is definitely growing, and that's a good thing, because as you recall, we were dealing with certain patchy areas of fungus. Those have kind of went away. We applied propiconazole, then we turned around the next month or 20 days later, applied azoxystrobin. I'm still seeing brown areas in the lawn, but I'm not seeing an outbreak of fungus anywhere. It's just that summery fescue grass that I'm seeing that's kind of developing like it does every year, where it's not in the best condition, as if temperatures were in the 40s, upper 40s, 50s, when it's really, well, more like 50s and 60s, when the grass really loves that weather. I did purchase, and I'll show you in a second, sitting over here when we talk about another product. We're going to talk about bugs, and we're going to talk about what I do to treat the bugs, because somebody asked about it, and I'd already mentioned, my wife's already mentioned, hey, if we're not going to do the exterminator, you need to spray for bugs. And so I'm going to talk about that. It's the same video I make every year, but I make it every year for a reason, because what I do works. What I do keeps the Mr. Terminix guy away, and we don't really have a bug problem in my house since I've started spraying the product I'm about to introduce you to. Instead of ironite next time, I'll buy 2.5 gallons of 700 Green Effect, my favorite lawn fertilizer. This is dark green, slow growth, and iron. So this is basically liquid ironite. This has total nitrogen 7%, sulfur 3%, and iron 6%. And it does have, yes, chelated with citric acid, so derived from urea. So this does have chelated iron. So this is immediately available to the plant. I love Green Effect. We're not going to do that today. As I told you, I'm seeing lots of growth. I don't want to double down on that and get a bunch of growth before vacation, which we always take around my anniversary with my wife, which is in mid-June. Also got inventory coming up at work, so I can't be out here. I don't want it going crazy. We're supposed to get rain tonight in the filming of this video. We're supposed to get rain during the time you're watching this video on Friday. Supposed to have severe storms. So lots of rain. I need to mow it. Technically, I need to mow this lawn today, and it's so wet I can't do it. So laying off of that. But we want to jump into what the video is truly about today quickly for those interested, and that's about insects and bugs. And somebody literally asked me, besides my wife getting on me saying you need to spray to keep the bugs out, we're seeing some inside. I knew in my head, I said, yep, I need to do that, and I need to spray. Somebody else had mentioned in the comments, what do you do for bugs in your lawn? And so what I talk about every year is what I learned. This is the one thing I did not learn. I don't think I got this from my lawn care plan. I think I literally got it from you guys in the comment section years ago when I was asking about bugs, and that is Tall Star, which, let me just grab it and bring it over here to show you. I love it so much, I bought a huge bottle of this stuff. You can find this in the description of the video, as well as the fungicides I've been talking about. You can find those in the description. I've been leaving that there, with also, I think, links to the backpack sprayer. If you're interested in any of that stuff, description of the video helps out the channel if you would so kindly buy it from me and use those links. But Tall Star, it's basically bifenthrin, or bifen, and it is 7.9% bifen, and other ingredients are 92%. So yes, I use Tallstar. You can buy straight up just Bifin, but I love this product, and I use the same stories every year, the same success stories, because every year we use this and it works. I love it so much. I bought this. How much is this? I think this is a gallon, 3/4 of a gallon. So net contents, 3/4 of a gallon. So I love this product. The reason why I love it so much is because it simply works. It's not terribly expensive. I'll try to put up to the left or right maybe a screenshot of what Do My Own is asking for it right now. I have seen Bifin in Ace Hardware. You may be able to go to your local Ace Hardware, your Town and Country, some of your hardware stores. They may sell this. I don't have a Terminix, a local bug spray guy come by and do my house ever. I don't know the last time that we've ever had anybody do that ever since I discovered Tallstar, and I'm about to do my application today. Now that I got that pulled up, a Bifin or Bifenthrin, 7.9%. The target pests over 75 insects. If you have a problem with stink bugs, bed bugs, scorpions, spiders, mosquitoes, cockroaches, ticks, fleas, pill bugs, cinch bugs, earwigs, millipedes, some type of flea beetle, spittle bugs, and others. Those are the target pests that Tallstar helps to protect your home and protect your grass against. For use in commercial and residence, indoors and outdoors. Very important there. I use this product. I will take a little bit of Tallstar sometimes, put them in one of my wife's cleaning bottles, and sometimes we'll go around the windowsill, and we have seen bugs just be dead in the floor. Like, that just stops them. We've seen it at our church. I sprayed the outside of my church for the first time ever, I think last year or year before, and when they came in for preschool the next day, my wife said, we found millipedes dead all along the barrier of the door and the walls. It killed them all. It works. So you can use this inside, you can use this outside. With pets, it is pet safe if you let it dry. So if you have pets, don't let your pets out when it's wet and lick it on it. Let it dry. I spray this in my lawn, and obviously I don't do the entire, every single blade of grass in my lawn. You can do that. So it depends on, I use my trim nozzle when I mix this. I like to do the general area where we stand out on the back porch where I am now. Obviously, it'd be smart for me to spray the area of my shed. If the kids were out here and they were playing in my lawn, I would spray the play area over here, but I do go along the base of the house, and I do spray the side of the house. It doesn't stain it. It doesn't mess it up. You can't even tell after a day or two. Maybe there's a little bit of that wet look to the windows where it dries on there, but it creates that barrier, and we don't have a problem with bugs. Coverage area 0.5 to 1 ounces per gallon of water per 1,000 square feet. So 0.5 to 1. And I looked up on Google, they said actually 0.33. If you're doing a preventative, if you don't have an infestation of bugs, you're just doing a preventative application to keep bugs away, kind of like what I'm doing today, you can use somewhere around 0.33. If you've got an infestation of something in your house, you can use this up to up to 1 ounce per 1,000 square feet to spray. I like to mix up about 2 gallons. I'll put in about 2 ounces, roughly 2.3 ounces into my backpack sprayer, mix that up. I like to go around the edge of the perimeter of the house, spray the house with my trim nozzle. Sometimes I'll just use the regular flow zone tips, and then I'll do some of the grass out here, because if there's bugs, and sometimes I'll do the edge of the woods for ticks, mosquitoes, and stuff. If we're having a party, I'll do this like 2 weeks ahead of time. We did this at our church. We have a big bonfire area. You guys that have been on my channel, I say the same stories because, man, this stuff works. We had a big bonfire area. Mr. Blake bought a gallon of that stuff, put it on his sprayer that he attached to his four-wheeler. He rode around the property a couple times, sprayed the Tallstar. We had absolutely no bug issues, and we're in the middle of the country where mosquitoes are a problem, and we had lights on in the dark. So you're going to attract bugs that way regardless, and we had no bugs biting us. It is absolutely wonderful. Besides that story, other people on the channel also know, I went down to Wilmington. My brother called me and said his dog, his pug, Baloo, was getting bit in his new house. He had just bought his house in Wilmington. His dog was going outside to pee and poop and was getting ate up with ants and all kinds of other bugs out there. I came down when I went to see the house. Took my Tall Star, I sprayed his whole backyard, sprayed most of his front yard. He said that absolutely helped him. He didn't have any more bug bites, and it lasts roughly about 3 months. So for anyone that's looking at maybe cutting cost, I know the economy is not always great for every single type of family. If you're looking to cut the Mr. Terminix or Orkin Man, I would highly recommend grab you a backpack sprayer, get you a sprayer maybe just for insecticide, and I would recommend Bifin or Tall Star. I can't recommend it enough. There's nothing else I've needed to use to keep bugs away. We don't have a major bug problem here. I'm on a concrete slab here in central North Carolina. I don't deal with scorpions and things like that maybe out in west some people deal with, but I can't speak highly enough about it. But basically, I'm just going to take my Tall Star. I'm going to go ahead and mix up about roughly 2 ounces, give or take a little bit here or there. 2 ounces of Tall Star, dump that in the backpack sprayer with 2 gallons of water. We're going to shake that up. I'm not going to worry about stirring it because I'm not going to mix it. Now, come 4th of July, I may want to do around the driveway area a little more. So that's something to consider for 4th of July, for parties. You're getting into the summer months, guys, so it's worth your while if you don't have Bifin or Tall Star to have some of this in your shed. And if you don't have a backpack sprayer, there are granulars I think you can buy from Tall Star on domyown.com. Check the description below in this video if you're interested in that. So let me mix this up, and it's going to be simply a little montage of me spraying around the house here to put up that insecticide barrier against bugs to save the house. All right, guys, so there's just a snapshot clips, obviously, of applying Bifin. That's what I do. That's how I've done it here on my property, and this is just one guy's opinion, but it's worked. We've never had an issue with big bugs getting in. Every now and then we'll see an earwig, and obviously you want to kind of do it like fungicides, in my opinion. If you're going to do it properly, if you have a really bad bug problem where you live, it's going to last you about 2.5 months, and I would consider setting a timer on your iPhone or on your phone, reapply Tall Star, reapply Bifin, whatever you want to say, and go back and do another coat, you know, and do it 2, maybe 3 times spring and summer and into fall. In the description of this video, if you scroll down, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've got Tall Star listed. I'll try to put granular if I see that as well. I also have backpack sprayer links down there, as well as the fungicides we've talked about, because that's always very important. I would consider that more important than the insecticide. Stay on top of your fungus, walk your lawn, make sure you're finding where am I having trouble spots, be on the lookout for brown patch. But there we go. So we've applied our Tall Star. I sprayed around the windowsills, sprayed around the base of the house where the brick is, and then finished off, you know, you guys saw me towards the trees over here. We sprayed them. We sprayed Miss Ferguson's rose bushes that are getting ate up by the June bugs, and then sprayed the edge of the woods, sprayed my shed, and we should be good for a couple months. And if I've seen people in our neighborhood hire professional people to come and do like smoke treatments and everything, and this eliminates all of that for a fraction of the price, I would have to imagine. So God bless you. Hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you next week with some more lawn care tips from here in central North Carolina. God bless you.